Howdy folks, Greyhawk 4x4 coming at you again, your resident vintage gamer. And today, we're going to talk about, let me back up for a second. I told you guys that my next video was going to be about Dungeons & Dragons, tabletop D&D, our current campaign, and what happened with the, how we left off the first edition campaign that I was DMing. And I am going to do a video about that. However, something happened today that kind of got under my craw, and I got to talk about it right now. So that's what this video is going to be about. We're going to talk about, what the hell do I care? I'm not monetized anyway. We're going to talk about the bullshit that's going on in the gaming industry. Okay, and when I'm talking about gaming industry, I'm talking about the computer gaming industry, not tabletop or anything like that. I'm talking about PC gaming. And to a certain extent, it affects consoles as well, but mainly PC gaming. We're going to talk about that right now. So, today, it was announced that the next game in the Alien franchise for PC and consoles, what we all thought for PC and consoles, because Alien Isolation was the last game in the Alien franchise, and it was on PC and consoles both. And it was a success. It was a fantastic game. It was a survival horror in the alien world on a spaceship, and it was freaking terrifying, and it was awesome. And so people have been expecting a sequel. You know, today they announced Alien Blackout, which we all assume would be the sequel. They announced that it's going to be on mobile. It's going to be on your phone. Are you shitting me? It's not a joke. I did the research. It's real. This shit's happening. They are going to release the next Alien game in the Alien franchise on your phone, with no plans for it to be on PC or consoles. We have seen this recently in the Blizzard Entertainment fuck-up. That was the announcement of the next Diablo game. You talk about franchises. You know, Diablo on PC is one of the biggest franchises of all time. It has a fan base, you know, right up there with, you know, with the Elder Scrolls fan bases, and it's huge. And they announced back at BlizzCon that the next Diablo game is going to be only on mobile. And of course there was the famous, if you haven't already heard, when there was the audible moan and booing from the crowd when they announced it. And they had a guy get up and ask a question. They had open mic. And he got it there and he said, wait, so is there any plan to bring this to PC at some point? Or what? And they said, nope, just on your phones. And everybody moaned and booed and everything else. And the guy said famously now, there's memes about it now. He says, what, you guys don't have phones? As if we want to play a game like that on our fucking phone. Or an Alien game on our phone. The whole point of the last Alien game that made it so compelling and so fun, even though it was terrifying, was the immersion in the game. Because you felt like you were on that damn spaceship being hunted by a frickin' alien. And you're on your big screen, your big monitor, you get your headphones on with the atmospheric sound, surround sound in your headphones and everything, you dim the lights, and holy shit, you're on that fucking spaceship! Not on your phone, on the shitter! So, that's the premise of what I want to talk about today. We are entering a period of distress in the PC gaming world. And it's driven by corporate, monopolistic greed, for lack of better terms, because many of our beloved game developers who made games, the old famous saying, made games by, for gamers by gamers, by God. And you had Diablo, and you had StarCraft, and you had Elder Scrolls, the Elder Scrolls franchise, and the Fallout franchise, and I could go on and on. You had all the, the BioWare games before they were bought out by EA, which is part of that monopolistic bullshit, where companies are buying up developers and you're getting these mega EA and, some of the other big ones. We thought that Blizzard and Bethesda were going to be our last two holdouts, because we felt that Blizzard was, even though Activision bought them out, that Activision was kind of staying away, and they were letting Blizzard run their thing, and they were still making Diablo and StarCraft and Overwatch and all these other stuff, and World of Warcraft and everything. And we thought, okay, they're just going to leave them alone. They're going to still do the thing. Nope. It's gone to shit too, because now you got that Diablo thing on your phone and loot boxes and everything, and whew. So then, of course, Bethesda, Fallout 76, and that debacle, because instead of making a game that they could be proud of and make it feel immersive to their gamers, their customers and everything, they went for the cash grab with the microtransactions and games as a service type shit, which is Fallout 76, and it's hardly playable. I mean, for me anyway. The bugs that I encounter, with NPCs, across the screen, because they're clipping horribly and just bugs like crazy. And I've heard other people have had better, not as many bugs. Other people have worse, getting disconnected all the time and all that. I've been disconnected several times to where I don't even try and play it anymore. I'm waiting till they say, yes, it's finally fixed, and then I'll go back and play it again. But the bigger problem is that all of our, now Bethesda's fallen, Blizzard has fallen, they're all falling. And this thing with the Alien game, on mobile, oh shit. I mean, what? They don't get it. They don't get that if you don't give your customers, they're trying to squeeze every nickel out of us in every possible way. Pre-orders, special editions, which you get special in-game items for. And I'm just as guilty as anybody else. I bought that damn thing. The damn Power Armor edition got screwed on that, and so I'm just as guilty as everybody else. We keep trusting these companies, and they keep screwing us. And they're nickel. They want every nickel for everything. Well, I got news for you. Okay, it's going to come to a point where you're not going to get any more nickels. Okay, no nickels for you, because we're finally going to say we're not buying your shit anymore. We're just not, And I think we're on that roller coaster, going up like that, and we're getting up to the top where it's just, that shit's coming. And that is when the gamers are all saying, that's it. We're not pre-ordering anymore. We don't give a shit about your collector's editions, because we don't even know if the game's any good yet. So we'll be damned if we're going to pre-order a collector's edition, and we're not going to buy your mobile shit, So we're in a bad spot. But I wanted to end this on a positive note. And I want to say that there are game developers out there who do listen. Okay? number one, we've got our small indie developers. That's our job as YouTubers. We've got to find those small games that you may not know about that are fantastic and that they really do give a shit and they want to give a good product to their customers. And they're not trying to nickel and dime. They just want to put a good product out there so they sell a good number of copies so they can make a profit. Fair both ways. Fair for the consumer, fair for them, everything else, good. It's our job to bring those to you, and we need to do a better job at that. And so I'm going to try and find those, and I'm going to talk about them on here whenever I find them. But aside from that, here's an example. Wizards of the Coast. They get it. And what I mean by that is, this book in my hand right here, we live in the digital age. They could very easily say, we're not producing any more books. We're going to make it all digital. We got D&D Beyond, we've got RPG, Drive-Thru RPG, which is, you can get the PDFs of everything, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to spend the money to produce hardbound books anymore because we're in a digital age now and everything else. But they don't, because they know that's not what we as the consumer want. For whatever reason, whether it's logical or illogical, we like to hold on to these fucking things. We like having the book in our hand. We like opening the pages and looking at the artwork. We like the frickin' smell of it when you get a new book. The new book smell. We like that. So, as a result, they have sold, I'm reading it right now, because this is directly from Mike Merles on his Twitter account. They have sold, as of August, this is from August of 2016. This is over 2 years ago that I'm reading this. At that time, there was the sale of units of this eclipsed combined edition 3rd edition, 3.5, and 4 combined. They sold more of these. And that was back in 2016. Who knows how many more of them they've sold. So they get it, that we like this stuff. And they don't try and screw with that. And they're benefiting from it. So, PC gaming developers and macro companies like EA, etc., you guys have to get it that, and Ubisoft and all of them, you guys have to get it that we don't want to play on AAA games on our phone or anything from our AAA licenses on our phone. Fallout Shelter is a decent phone app. It's not meant to be. It's not a game, a PC game on an app. It's just an app. It's just a fun little app. Don't try and, make actual games that you expect us role-playing games to play on our phone. We don't want that. And as a result, no more nickels for you. That's where we're headed. So, anyway, I'm sure they don't give a shit what anybody like me says. But I'm going to say it anyway. I could not believe it when I heard that today. That of all things, Alien Blackout on your phone. And it's going to be like you're going through the ship and you use your phone to go through the ship. And are you shitting me? Anyway, as you can see, this is a different Greyhawk 4x4. Because in my daily life, I'm not averse to profanity, and I always hold back on my videos because monetization, and you want to look out and not get monetized, demonetized. And everything. Well, I'm not monetized anyway, so I don't give a shit anymore. So if you are offended, I apologize, but that's who I am. So, anyway, so I wanted to talk about that today. I do have a video in mind to talk about our 5th edition campaign back here, and to go into a lot of detail about that. I probably would have shot that today, but this came up and this took precedent. So, anyway, I would love to know your thoughts below about this whole topic of everything going to microtransactions and loot boxes, and now mobile is the new thing. Instead of giving us good AAA games to play on our computer where we can turn the lights down and get immersed and enjoy the game and feel like we're in another world for a little bit to take us away from this shit show of a world we're in reality. We kind of want to escape. You can't do that. I don't give a shit what you say. You cannot do that on your phone. So, anyway, till next time, we'll catch you guys on the flip side.